up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in and you're bound to win. New year, new me, no fear, just be everything you wanna be. Write it down what you see, don't give up, just believe and you will succeed. Put the hours in and you're bound to win.
Welcome back, fellow warriors, to the stage of history. My name is Cosmo Jazz, and we are about to get into my list of the top 5 top 5 DLC characters for Suicide Squad that I think would be very cool to have. But I wanted to address something a little bit before we do that. Now, I really only wanted to address this once and then let that be that. But it's pretty much very simple. If you like the game, then by all means like the game. Let's talk about it, let's have fun with it, and let's enjoy it when it comes out. But if you don't like the game, that's okay too. You have your very own opinion to not even go anywhere near this game or anything like that. But don't force that opinion on other people, especially when all you're doing is just spreading this weird hate that's unwarranted, to be honest, on things that most of y'all are just speculating on and have no basis on even concrete evidence of it being true about the game. Like, all we know about the game is what they've shown. So you are more than welcome to speculate on it, but don't automatically consume it as fact when it clearly isn't. And then use that, end quote, fact to attack other people who really just want to have fun and have a great time with their friends on a game, which is what gaming is supposed to be. Not a vehicle for hate and hating on others. That's literally not what gaming is about. Even in competitive gaming, that's not what it's about. So that's all I'm going to say about it. That's all we're going to talk about on this thing. Without further ado, let's get into the list civilly, and please be civil in the comments. Like I said, you can agree to disagree and all this stuff, and we can discuss a little bit about it. But the second y'all start spewing hate stuff and all that things, I'm not dealing with it. It's going out. I don't care. All right. Take care, stay safe, enjoy the video, and let's kick 2023's ass. Here we go.
Did that get him? Waller, the paint.
Welcome back, fellow warriors, to the stage of history. My name is Cosmo Jazz, and we are here with Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, top 5 DLC characters. So I had a weird time making this list, especially after watching the recent gameplay trailer, because it seems like they're really going on gunplay now, instead of what I thought might have been what they were going for. But I think in the end I ended up sticking with the people I eventually chose, because maybe they could try to diversify themselves with the DLC characters that they're coming out with. Who knows? But at the same time, the part that I tend to do with like the honorable mentions is going to be a little bit more targeted because of the fact that I know how the game is going to play. So, without further ado, let's get into this with our top 5 DLC characters. Starting off with one I think you guys are pretty interested in. Also, disclaimer, none of these are in the order or anything like that. They are all just things I think would be cool. Number 5, Peacemaker. Yeah, I had to add him on here. I knew I'd be skewed alive if I didn't add him on here, because he's probably the most requested character going to be this whole Suicide Squad thing. The only thing about it is, will they do their own thing like they've been doing? Or will they actually go all the way and get the man you can't see? Yes, John Cena, if you didn't get that. But here's the thing about that. With all the things that are happening between the game and itself and the whole traversing and stuff and whatnot, I kind of wonder where they would go with that aspect of the character. what would be his traversal? What would be his guns and stuff? Would he always have his pistol as his special ability thing or whatever? Like, there's a lot of things that makes me wonder what would make him so unique compared to the rest of the cast. That being said, I can't say that myself. I wouldn't want this character to be in, so hey, it is what it is.
Where's everybody else?
Oh, PR has the A-Team overthrowing a dictator in Central America. But I am Plastique, and I'm the bomb! Oh.
Number 4, Plastique. This one might take a little bit of convincing, and even then I don't know if people are going to be fully on board with this one. But I feel like with her power set, it could be a good thing to have with the characters that are already in the game. Because right now, while we've seen them use guns and use powers and things like that, we haven't really seen really heavy hitting anything really from anybody outside of King Shark. And this is where somebody like Plastique could come into play, because basically, depending on what iteration you use of her, she's practically the boom guy in a nutshell. We get some explosions, we get some good unique techniques to use. She could possibly use the environment better than most of the other cast. I think that her moveset could be a very interesting playground to play with along with the others, and she can just use her explosions to move around the map. I mean, it's not like they affect her really as far as hurting her in any way, shape, or form. I do think that this would be a very interesting and unique character and a very unique person to the roster, and you can give her a gun too if you want. And sure, it'll be just fine, and maybe even have it to where the guns shoot out explosive bullets. Hey, this is your world, and it still technically falls under her moveset of basically anything she touches, it explodes as far as I'm concerned, so let's get weird with it. Number 3, Killer Frost. This is where my list was technically going from the get-go when I made it, because when I originally saw the game, I noticed that pretty much everybody was doing guns and everything like that. And now knowing that that kind of seems like the big part of the game, although there might be some melee stuff we haven't seen yet, I'm just going to go off what we've seen so far and let that be that for now. I would think that Killer Frost still works as far as this goes, because she does have possible range attacks with ice beams and icicles and using ice spikes going around, whatever. She has a lot of potential to be a good character to be picked for. Also, we kind of need a bit more female characters, if I'm being honest. It's kind of a soft stress here. And lastly, the traversal thing, which seems to be a big part of the game, wouldn't be that hard for her because she can just use ice to just slide around the area and move where she needs to be. Killer Frost as well would also do well in the power department against a great foe like the Justice League, in my opinion as well. So definitely want to keep that going and whatnot. Just saying. Number 2, Poison Ivy. Now, this spawns from many things, including the Harley Quinn show, to the fact that Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy have had a long history of things working together and other things. But I think that this will also be a unique style to use in the game as well, using plant-based monsters to possibly use for some backup, to having vines going through the streets and using them to attack enemies, to using the vines themselves to traverse around the map and everything that may go along. Plus, I would like to see what she would look like in this game. I do like the designs in this game, and I think they're all pretty darn good. Now, like I said before, the whole Harley and her thing would be probably a pretty fun dynamic to do, and being that it is in the universe where I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Joker is no longer a thing, this could be the start of the video game universe's thing with them together as well. So that could be a very interesting thing to have, along with many other things that could happen. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think about it in the comment section below? And here we are with the honorable mentions section of the bit. Before we hit our number one spot, once again, I just made these in no particular order, so even though this is the number one spot, it isn't like my most wanted one of the group. But I do think that this honorable mention spot will be fairly interesting to some of you guys, because I'm trying to do more into the line of what is actually in the game itself now. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below should be in the game, and let's discuss about it, because I love when you guys comment. I love when you guys talk and stuff, and we can just have a little get together thing and whatnot. But yeah, here are the honorable mentions.
Okay, Blondie, fighting lessons 101.
Bruce told me to teach you.
Leave the humor to me, pal.
Number 1, Power Girl. So this one was the one that really got me to start making this list for many reasons. Well, one big particular reason, I think that a lot of people are having problems with this game because it's the Justice League versus the Suicide Squad, which, I mean, the power level difference is beyond measure at that point. But I feel like if you add somebody to the mix, like say Power Girl, you start seeing that little bit of power difference starting to blur a bit. And not only that, but I think this would be the perfect time to make a character or her design for Rocksteady to show that they maybe be able to push on to a Superman game if they do this thing right. Now, this is where also a problematic thing kind of came into play, because, like I said before, now that we've seen the guns and stuff going on with the Suicide Squad game, this might be problematic for her to be brought into, because, I mean, she doesn't really use guns. But I think that you could work around this with the city itself. Perhaps doing some things like certain other Hulk games have, where she can pick up pieces of the street or cars and use them as her far-reaching attack or anything like that. And like I said, we still haven't truly seen the melee aspect of the game, so maybe there's something we're missing as far as a piece goes, because she would definitely be a melee-centric character, and maybe perhaps that's what's needed. Maybe she would be the one character that's really different from everyone else that they bring in to really spice up the game down the line. I mean, she wouldn't definitely be a first round, I don't think, but like down the line in like a season 2 or something, I don't know. Maybe we could see her going in and taking on the old Supes and other Justice League members. I think the only problem really with her is that probably a lot of people would want to pick her. But I mean, that's a good thing to have in my opinion. But that is my opinion on why she should be a part of the list. And there you have it, my top 5 DLC characters for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I'm very excited for this game. I can't wait to get my hands on Harley and all the other things and just start blasting with possibly a good bit of friends, a good bit of new people. Maybe I can create a community off of this game. I would love to have you guys join me on that and just let's have a blast with this game, really. I know everything's going on from hating on people who enjoy this. Literally nobody can have an opinion that's not negative or anything like that, it seems. But trust me, you are in a safe space here. I'm here to listen to all the ideas, all the people you might want to see in the game. Who do you not want to see in the game? Like, who do you think is too much good for this game, in your opinion? I'll listen to that. Who do you think really should be in this game? Do you think there's somebody on this list that really shouldn't be in this game? Or they should be in and they should be in soon? Hey, let's have discussions. But let's have civil discussions. That is the key word. No name calling, no calling people stupid. You know how it is. But until then, take care, stay safe, and let's kick 2023's ass. Laters.